I need a little bit of advice, so I thought I'd turn to you guys. So yeah, if you'd humour me, because each week I try and tell you some stuff that I've learned over 25 years of getting kicked in the teeth as a photographer on a regular basis. And yeah, here's my conundrum. I've been trying to make a documentary film for 4 years. It's kind of to do with photography. It's really freaking weird. And the main problem with it is I'm in it. And because of that, it's made filming it really difficult. Because when you're in your 40s, you don't have loads of mates just hanging out with nothing to do. You can say, hey man, pick up the camera and film me. Like, I've had a few friends chime in, like 3 times over 4 years, and that's it. And yeah, I'm a bit stuck. And it's quite stressful, because when I do like a documentary photography project, I really get into it. And like I start sort of being very much on that wavelength to things that fit the story. And every time I dive into this documentary, it's like suddenly I'm in this movie and it's all really intense, and then it stops and stuff keeps going, and now I'm not filming it, and it's sort of each time I stop, it sort of makes me go a little bit sparky. So here's where I'm stuck essentially. I've got pretty crappy cameras for filming. I've got my 5DS, which you're filming on now, and I've got my 5D Mark IV, both not good for filming. Even with this funky rig that I've put together, it's just not very good. I want to get a decent camera to film on. I'm thinking a Sony FX3, just because they're pretty light. I've got not a great back, and I can try and film stuff and do whatever. But before that, I need to try and sell this medium format camera, which again, I've been trying to sell since January. So yeah, lots going on there. I've been trying to write a photography book that's really wacky and weird. It's about 15,000 words. Again, I started writing it like a few years ago. I thought I could work on that. This whole time, obviously, I'm finishing my Dungeness book because it got crowdfunded, but that's going to take care of itself because I know the drill. I've done lots of photo books. But yeah, I really want to start making film, right? And like the one project I've decided to go behind is this thing with me skipping around and dancing about in it, which is cool, I think, because it's more interesting. It's more kind of that on the wall, fly on the wall documentary style, which I think is really cool. Not just people sat down being interviewed like this. But yeah, I can't do it on my own. And yeah, I don't know. It got me thinking about advice. And I've had some very bad advice as a photographer over the years. And I think it was because my generation coming up were like the last generation of analog photographers, then going into digital. And also the generation going in where photography, especially photojournalism, stopped being a career. So a lot of the, quotes, mentors or people above me in British photography were really jaded, like really bitter, really jaded, because they knew what it was like to just be earning loads of money, to be going out on amazing assignments that were actually interesting, not like, Muggins here being like a jobbing photographer for thousands of assignments, majority of which were not really photojournalism. They weren't even my specialism, man. They're just stuff I had to do to live. So yeah, trying to get advice is really hard. For me, sometimes it's just weird cosmic stuff, which I know sounds crazy, but like an article will come up in the news, or I'll find something and think, now that's reminded me of this project, maybe I should do that, maybe that idea's time has come. But yeah, I'm just stressed, man. Like I've got now 3.5 days till my girls break up for the summer holidays, and I've just got these sort of 6 hours from tomorrow, Wednesday, and then half day Friday to kind of get all this stuff done. And it's not like me to get paralysis for analysis, but I have at the moment, and it's pretty frustrating. So I thought I'd just come down here and say, yeah, it's not easy. What am I going to do? Obviously, I need to get a better film camera. I can hear this camera hunting around for focus right now. That's literally my second camera, and I've tried to do interviews with a second cam on it, and it's just not worked. So yeah, okay, I can tell, thank you, universe. This camera is no good for me trying to film. I do need a decent film camera, but then for that I need to sell, or maybe I just buy it, heck it. I've done some jobs, and that's the other thing right now, is I've done a few gigs, and I've got a bit of money. I've got a bit of money, I'm okay. I've done some freelance jobs, I'm safe for cash. So normally right now I'd be sort of touting for work or hustling or trying to work out to get some assignments, but right now I'm okay. So then it thought, right, I've got some time to work on my own projects, and suddenly it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? Part of me thought maybe I need to just get a decent film camera, like the Sony FX3, and just start trying to make little documentaries in my local area just to practice, because that is important, and I can do it on my own. You know, I've seen loads of Netflix docs where there's a nice shot, a nice locked off shot, a little pan. I can do all that, and then I can do the sit down interview with someone, and you know, I could put a documentary that way. But you know what? I don't want to do that. You know, like I want to do that whole crazy Nick Broomfield, Louis Theroux kind of thing. I want to have adventures, and I just feel, man. I've been reading my girls a lot of bedtime stories, and one of the really, there's one, Sleeping Beauty, you might have heard of it, and it's got a really sinister part in it. And basically, like Prince Charming or whatever he is, Prince Philip is caught, not that Prince Philip, like Prince Philip in Sleeping Beauty, is captured, and he's locked in like a dungeon, and the Wicked Queen, or whatever, witch, whatever she is, she's kind of mocking him, saying, oh, you know, love conquers all, but paraphrasing, like, I'm going to keep you here until you're an ancient old man, and then I'll let you go, and then I'll let you go kiss Sleeping Beauty, and love will conquer all. And she's cackling away because she knows, like, by the time he's let out of the dungeon, he'll be this kind of withered old man on this old horse, and he kisses Sleeping Beauty, and she wakes up and looks at this old man leering over her, because he's just been held in limbo. And I swear to God, man, that's what it feels like sometimes, you know? In the cellar. Huh, yeah. Anyway, I can literally hear the camera ticking about right now. Great. So yeah, here's where I'm at, man. Like, I just, I want to get on the case, but something's not quite right. I feel like, yeah, something's not quite right. Anyway, if I had a mentor, I would talk to them, but it's that weird thing, like, I've looked at like loads of my friends' photography over the years, and it's so easy to sort of work out how they got to their style, or why their interest led to the project that broke them through to like really make it. You got me? Like, I can see that. The hardest thing is yourself. Jeez, it's really hard to be objective about your work, and I think that's why, on some level, mentoring or support or anything like that is really helpful. But as I said, it's a tricky one, man, because there's nothing more dangerous than bad advice. Oh, anyway, there we go. Whoop, fun. Normal service will resume next week, and I'm sure everything will be back to normal. But yeah, right now, man, I don't know. I'm procrastinating in a cellar talking to myself. Thank you for indulging me. Bye.